Hey gang, it's Emersil here. This was a very fun game to play. I feel a little bit bad for a Benham player who took quite a bit of heat from, I think, primarily from our Cleveland player. But for the record, our Benham, he did a pretty good job in this game. I had one moment where I really questioned what he was doing, when you'll see where he smoked up and stopped when there really was, at least as far as I could tell, no real reason to. But beyond that, he did a stellar job in my opinion. Okay, so you'll notice the initial layout. We got Benham, Cleveland, and myself in the Georgia on the A side. Mino, Amagi, and Yugumo on the Charlie side. And the remainder of our ships spawned behind Bravo. Now, Kremlin and Georgia did head our way. Republic and no, maybe it wasn't to Georgia. It was Ibuki and Kremlin that moved our way. Georgia and Republic and Lightning, as well as our Lexington, all headed toward Charlie. So already, at least for the first minute or two of engagement, it looks like we're going to be a little outgunned. Got an Alsace, a Montana, and I'm pretty sure there'll be some light craft, and probably I'll be targeted and hammered pretty heavily. At least that's my expectation early. Somebody's got me targeted. CV apparently. Notice that I turned just long enough to activate my AA sector. Took a hefty chunk of damage. That's a 9,000 point hit from Shikaku there. So at that moment I hoped I would get a chance to exact vengeance. You just never know.
Engine boost.
As expected, being pretty heavily targeted. Cleveland's in the smoke. Benham can't be seen.
The ship is on fire.
I have a couple fires going. A little bit of a risk to put out those fires. I really hoped that I would get out of detection, which I just did. Now it's just praying the torpedoes don't have the range, and then nobody manages to broadside me with a blind shot. I don't think Fletcher's torps are going to have the range, and they didn't. Let's see if I can avoid slamming into our Ibuki here. Alright, I'll spin the guns around and re-engage. Kremlin's wondering why our Benham isn't contesting the cap. He's not the only one.
All stations requesting fire on the designated target.
I really didn't expect anybody to shoot at the Fletcher. I just wanted to make sure everybody knew he was there. You could see the CVs working on him. Okay, so we lost our Amagi already.
The enemy team has taken the lead.
We've got about half of us have taken significant, but not catastrophic damage. Their Fletcher and their Alsace are in big trouble. Jean Bart just took a huge chunk of damage. Okay, so at this point I'm thinking I've got to focus the Neptune. He gets around behind us, and we've got to watch, if we get close enough, we've got to watch his torps, which means we'll have to angle against them, and that'll leave us broadside to the Alsace and the Montana. So I decide I got to get close. I got to try and finish him, maybe get him to panic. I'm not detected, so Fletcher is not too close, and you can see our Venom is
Engine boost deactivated.
I thought gonna end with the cap, but no, not yet. So the enemy team has all 3 caps. We're down roughly 300 points, 300 points right now. And we're not getting any points unless we get kills or caps. So that lead is just expanding.
Requesting assistance. Acknowledged.
Teskey Island. I'm showing a lot of broadside to some of those battleships up there, but
Requesting fire on the designated target.
what are you gonna do? And just like that,
Much obliged.
we're back in it. And we still are down 200 and roughly 30 points, yeah, 230 and climbing. So we don't have any caps. But we've taken out 3 of their ships, lost only 1 of ours, now 2 of ours. And over 300 point lead they have now. It's a pretty tough uphill climb. I've got great dispersion. I think I'm going to be able to finish that Fletcher. I don't know if he disconnected or what, but he's gone. You'll see I pointed out that Venom was asking for help, and I said, you got to have the remaining team here. I don't know how much more help he wanted. Okay. Our guys managed to get the Jean Bar. And we are now down 2 ships while they're down 5, but we're still really behind on points. And we really need caps. So as you will see, I just push on in. And it's around about this time I'm looking, okay, we've got Kremlin, myself, and another Georgia. Cleveland and a Venom. We now outnumber the red guys that we can see at Bravo. So I'm thinking we just need to push straight at them. And I just have to hope that these guys behind me are going to follow along. All I'm doing here is making sure we secure the cap. I don't want to be the guy that gets the cap reset. Alright. Let's see if I can get off a shot on Prinz Eugen.
Problem solved, sir.
Not quite what I was hoping for.
The enemy team is taking the lead.
Now it's just time to push. We have a 2-ship advantage. I'm pushing into Prinz Eugen, Alsace, Montana, and their CB. And I don't have close support, but the CB, as you can see, our CB, really doing a great job. Dropping fighters ahead of me. Alright, so we're halfway through the 20 minutes of this game, and I have 29,000 damage. not much to be proud of. And now I'm thinking, okay, I gotta let these boys catch up to me a little bit, because I don't think I can tank all this by myself. And our Kremlin really does, he does come through here. You can see our other Georgia pushes right up in there. He's got a little bit more HP to trade. And the Kremlin is right behind him. And you probably noticed in chat that Cleveland is Cleveland player is losing his mind. Now I don't want to leave our Georgia that's out there leading now and in empty space, so I'm going to push right up with him. Fire here for just a minute, because Kremlin's guns are much more likely to take them out, and they did. I'm only slowing here to allow Kremlin to get away from my field of fire. And now I'm accelerating again. We have to get into B, because we are still down 470 points, more or less. And now our Cleveland will have nothing to do but complain. Okay, it's perilously close to the end here. They've got 946 points. They're only getting cap points from one cap now. As you can see, our Cleveland player is certain that this is a loss. But myself, and apparently the fellas I was with, knew if we can just finish a ship, we stay in the game a little longer. The enemy Alsace got away from us. But their points total is climbing slowly now. With only one cap where they've got points coming in. And this Montana is very cooperatively showing broadside. And all three of us, plus our CV, are quite happy to sit here and chip away at him. About that. Now the Cleveland here is still telling us this is over, we've lost. But we do not give up.
The ship is on fire.
Our Georgia's moving a little bit slow here. I think he was deciding which way to go. I was hoping to swing a little bit wider to get all my guns in the amount of there, but I wasn't sure what he was going to do, and I didn't want him to get so close that I couldn't shoot. Just misjudged the distance there.
Fighter airborne.
Okay, I think at this point the Reds are realizing if we can just stay alive, we got the game in the bag. myself and these other miscreants, we're not having any of that.
Battle ends in 5 minutes.
And their score's back down to 930. And then there were 3 red ships. See if I can help our Kremlin with my AA here. I haven't done really a whole heck of a lot of any kind of damage here, but I have managed to stay alive. I've, thus far, almost 2.4 million potential damage. And though their score is quite high, at this point I'm starting to feel pretty good about it. They're not getting any more points. We can take out the Yamato. That shifts the points quite a bit. That's not going to put us in the lead yet. But I'm looking at it now saying, okay, Yamato's probably going down. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and switch my secondaries to him. And since Georgia and Kremlin are pushing right at the battleships, I'm gonna run straight around the corner and try to find the CB.
Fighter airborne.
That Cleveland's claims that our Venom doesn't know how to play. I think he did pretty good. Just need to get a little bit more flat broadside. Gotta watch these incoming torque planes. Probably going to be able to get a good hit here. Looks like I took that one on the belt armor, so not too much damage and no flood. And now I'll be able to swing around, and he's almost out of hit points, and I'll be able to hit him with everything. And that is the end of the game, fellas. Yeah, so, you always hear, never give up. Well, that's why. Thanks a lot for watching. See you next time.